Friends, we have to have the share by this technology due to what's going on. So I hope it'll be clear enough to give you a Torah message. You know, the other day I was visiting a lady of 90 years old, and she said, "Rabbi, what can I do? I am afraid of dying. What would be your advice?" And one of the things I said to her is that it is a natural feeling as you are worried about the fear of the unknown. In fact, Rabbi Twersky, in one of his books, writes, what makes memories such a happy thing? Why do we always call events that happened to us the good old days, even when, if we think about it and analyze it, it was far from good old days? For example, for the Jews who lived in the shtetl in Eastern Europe, life was extremely challenging and difficult, much more than it is today. And yet, many people refer to it as the good old days. What is it about memories that make it the good old days? And one answer he gives is that the good old days are because there is no fear of the unknown. You know exactly how it turned out. And as a result, you know that you survived it. So no matter how challenging it was in between, the fact that you went through it, the fact that you survived it, is what makes it the good old days. And I think that this is also a lesson for all of us in this period who are going through the coronavirus, and there is panic throughout the world. The question that many ask is whether it is a panic, a pandemic, a combination of the two, but the fear of the unknown, that nobody knows exactly how it is going to work out, is what certainly lends itself and increases the hysteria, if you want to call it that, throughout the world. This Shabbos, we're going to finish the book of Shemos with the double portion of Vayakel Pekudei, and there are so many lessons to take within those two portions. We also take out a second Torah, and we read Parshas HaChodesh, which is HaChodesh Hazeh Lachem, God's command that we make the month of Nisan the first of the months, and how to tell when, how to sanctify the moon. And it is always the Shabbos before Rosh Chodesh Nisan. Rosh Chodesh this month is one day. It's going to be on Thursday, March 26th, beginning the Wednesday night, March 25th. It is at this time, when we finish the book of Shemos, that we say Chazak, Chazak, V'nis Chazek. May you be strong, strong, and let us be strong together. This is certainly extremely appropriate words for the period we are going through, where we wish one another that through the connection of Torah, through our study, through our mitzvahs, through our helping one another, we reach the level that God sees Chazak, Chazak, V'nis Chazek, He blesses us all with strength, and that together we will get through it and be stronger than ever. You know, Parshas HaChodesh was basically Hashem commanding Moshe Rabbeinu the laws of Pesach. The Jews were still in the thick of exile, and they were preparing. They were given the prediction, and they were preparing to leave Egypt, and they were preparing for the first Seder night. And this was a time of tremendous faith and strength. But they had to show the faith because they were still in Egypt at that time. And one of the ways that they showed that faith was by the command of getting the Paschal sacrifice on the 10th of Nisan, a mitzvah that they had no other time to do, because normally you can buy the Paschal sacrifice even up to the last day. This was exclusive to Egypt, where they had to get the sheep 4 days before, tie it to their bed, and inspect it. And amongst the reasons given for that is because the Egyptians worshipped the sheep. And when they tie the sheep to their bed, the Egyptian may ask the Jew, "Tell me, what are you doing with my God?" And the Jew's reply would be, "I plan to shecht your God to my God." At that stage, possibly they knew that the Egyptians would be powerless. But can you imagine how much courage? Can you imagine how much guts it would take for a person who was a slave just a short while ago to look at his taskmaster who was beating him before, look him in the eyes and say, "I plan to shecht your God to mine," and find that he's powerless? That was a tremendous strength in starting to take the slavery out of the heart of the Jew. I'm limited in the amount of time, so I'd like to point out there's no question, Gam ze yavar. This will also pass. The question is only how long. There is the unknown, but there is also the faith in Hashem. As we read these portions of Parshas HaChodesh, as we read these portions of Chazak, Chazak, let us strengthen our connection by doing an added mitzvah. Let us help one another and know that we will get through this and that redemption is on its way. God bless you.